The former governor of Alabama, Don Siegelman. Governor, thanks very much for taking the time. We appreciate it.
Well, Dan, thank you. I want to thank you and commend you and encourage you for stepping out and for your boldness. And I also want to ask that you continue this fight until we find out who hijacked the Department of Justice.
Let's talk about it. First of all, let me ask you, how are you so convinced that Karl Rove, Alabama Republicans were behind your prosecution?
Well, number one, Karl Rove's fingerprints are all over this case. And, you know, if you ask me, do we have the knife with his fingerprints on it? No, but we've got the glove, and the glove fits. And here's how. In 1994, when Karl Rove was in Alabama trying to steal his first election, I voluntarily testified against his client. In 1999, his client starts an investigation of me. This goes on until 2001 when Bill Canary, who is a business associate and political partner of Karl Rove, his wife is appointed as the U.S. attorney, and she starts a federal investigation.
So wait, let me be clear here. Let me just stop you there for 1 second. So you're alleging that Rove talks to his friend, who's met Bill Canary, who's married to the U.S. attorney, and this is a serious allegation you're making, that he then effectively gets his wife to go after you?
Well, I'm telling you the facts of this are that Rove's fingerprints are all over here, all over this case, because his client investigated me. One of his friends, social friends, started an investigation and a prosecution of me that was dismissed after just a couple of days in court. They went after me again, this time with the wife of Bill Canary, the wife of Karl Rove's business client and political associate, and you know it continues from there. When those investigations were faltering, the people who were holding back the investigation, a career Department of Justice employee, was replaced with someone who was the wife of the campaign manager of one of Karl Rove's clients.
All right, let me ask you.
And then when that investigation was slowing down, they were called to Washington and they were told to go at Siegelman again.
All right, now as you know, look, you know it's a serious allegation to say that Karl Rove was behind a political prosecution. His attorney has told us the following. He said, quote, "As Mr. Rove has repeatedly stated, he did not speak with anyone in the White House or the Justice Department concerning the prosecution of Governor Siegelman." You just don't believe that, do you?
I don't believe it. Number one, why would Jill Simpson, a respected Republican political operative, a respected lawyer in her community, voluntarily come forward with information that implicates Karl Rove and Bill Canary in this plot to do me in? There was no reason for her to risk her standing in the Republican Party to come forward. And what we have are, you know, saying that Karl Rove is not involved in my prosecution is like saying George Bush is not involved in the war in Iraq.
And as you know, I mean, you're not hinging this all, though, on Dana Jill Simpson, are you? Because there have been a lot of people who've questioned, you know, how she could have been at certain meetings, how many times she actually met with people, where she was at the time, etc. I mean, your allegation that you believe Rove is behind this does not hinge entirely on the credibility of Dana Jill Simpson, does it?
I believe that when you look at the totality of Rove's involvement in Alabama politics, his closeness with the two U.S. attorneys who brought charges against me, the fact that he was the political advisor to the Attorney General who started the investigation and brought charges against me, the fact that the Justice Department went out of their way to ignore breaches of standards of ethics, the violations of the law. Someone was giving them an umbrella of protection, because we had investigators, we had assistant U.S. attorneys, we had the U.S. attorney herself, and we had representatives from the Public Integrity Division of the Department of Justice who were violating laws with impunity. There is no logical conclusion other than they had someone higher up than those people at the Public Integrity Division was offering them protection.
Now,
and I'm saying that Karl Rove was definitely involved in this case.